Good morning, guys. It is another weekly whip, and this is June 5th of 2019. So June 5th is actually, I know a couple, I think, podcasters' birthday. I know there was at least one, but I can't remember who it was. It is also one of my high school childhood friends' birthdays, as well as one of the kids' grandpa's birthdays. So not that we'll see any of those people today, but just thought that was funny to note. So today, I got this last night. It was actually something we saw at a garage sale a couple weeks ago, and the cord was missing, and since it is an electric ball winder, they wouldn't sell it to us without the cord. But then they found it, and my husband left our phone number, well, my phone number with them, and so we were able to go and pick it up yesterday. So I have a new electric ball winder. Now the problem is I still don't have a Swift, and please pardon any bit of my counter that you can see. It is not a very clean counter. I do have a nice clean spot on it for the ball winder. But yeah, I live with boys and a husband, and everyone but me piles everything on any flat surface that is available, which is this kitchen island counter. But since I do not have a ball winder or a Swift, I'm going to try and use this box. It is a diaper box, but I filled it with yarns, and we're gonna try and use that as our Swift right underneath it, so I can still just pull it straight up. I thought this might work well because I'll still have these sorry, gotta sit down a little bit. I still have these flaps that'll help keep it from jumping up, I guess, and twisting itself all up. So we're going to try that today. We'll see how well it works. Probably won't work at all. But what I am going to ball up this morning, if Leo will allow, is this yarn, which is a Rebel Pearl. Girl, Rebel, sorry, I don't remember the name of the shop exactly. Rebel Pearl, yes. So we're going to use this. This is one of the colorways I got for my husband that he doesn't know about, and I want to try and get these made into socks while he is on his trip to San Diego over this next week. So yes, that is our project today. This is in the Spadoinkle Day colorway, which is a Cannibal the Musical reference. And if you don't know what that is, it is a musical based on the is that the Donner Party? Or no, it's a musical based on the people who were heading out to the gold rush in California and ended up getting stuck in, I think it's the mountains maybe, and end up only one survivor, and you know the story is he had to eat his travel mates in order to survive. And so yeah, it's a quite humorous musical that is written by the writers of South Park, and that was the Cannibal the Musical is their college like theater project. So this is quite a good reference for us because we've watched Cannibal the Musical for a really long time. It's something it's something my husband could own on VHS, but I'm pretty sure it's probably DVD, but not on digital copy, so we don't watch it like currently. But yeah, so that is what we're going to start working on. I forgot to make a little side note for you. So I said that the people at the garage sale didn't have the cord. Well, it turned out that I don't even need the power cord. And I'm actually using this because this is going to be a lot easier for me, although it will be harder on the battery. This uses the same power connector as my spinning wheel. So by doing this, I can have the wheel on and have an on-off switch instead of having to turn it all the way to 0 every time I start it. So that is kind of the happy thing that happened just by happenstance. Okay guys, so I got the ball wound. I guess I'll probably show that to you later. But so we're going to go back to work on our Julie cardigan. This is where I got, I think this was 4 balls, was this much of the body. And then I'm doing the 5th ball, right? Yes, I think. I'm trying to remember how many are left in the bag. This is the sleeve, and I like to do my sleeves before, like I just went till I ran out of yarn basically on this, just so it was an easy break off point. But I like to stop these bodies once I get to, you know, the point where it connects out, and then do my sleeves, because then I can pin these sleeves in. Like I'll just take, like I have it in the front, I'll just use a stitch marker and I'll clip these sleeves. And I find it's so much easier to do these sleeves when you don't have all of this body left to do. Okay, so hi Leo. Yes, all the boys are home. So, and Sam just gave me this giant clothespin, so Leo's off threatening the rest of the family with it. The thing I am doing different with these sleeves is I am connecting it. So I'm not working it in the round, but I'm working it in the round. So I'm still turning every corner, but I'm simply slip stitching into this first stitch of the row when I get around, and then turning so that I don't have to go back and sew this later. I find that gives it a lot more even tension in that, where that stitch is connecting. And I use standing chains for my turning, or my, you know, chainings for the top of each row. So my stitches look a lot more like a stitch for my first stitch, and then I'm showing you on black. That's not very good. But I use a standing, like this has double crochet, so this is a standing double crochet for my first stitch instead of a chain. Well, they say chain 2, but I learned that I just pull the second stitch of my standing tighter, and that gets me about the same height as all my other double crochets. But anyways, it's getting really, really noisy in here, so I'm gonna go ahead, get to work, and we'll talk to you guys later. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do my night check-in, even though I might work on this a little more tonight. So I got through the ball, so this is all that's left of one ball of this yarn. So I kind of stopped the sleeve. I still have a couple rows of decrease, and I don't think I'll do the this sweater actually has the thumbhole hand things. I'll probably not do that, but I might still do some kind of, do the cuff just minus that. And so I did get the other sleeve started, but it's not very far. So, you know, the other sleeve, as far as it is, oh, I don't have that handy. I was going to grab the ball so you could see that it's still quite a very big ball. But yeah, so I'm to there on the sleeves. It's only like, I think I'm on the second repeat. Pretty much just started that. That is where I have gotten. I actually only got to work on this. We went to a movie tonight because my husband's work had a giveaway, I guess, for some tickets to see Secret Life of Pets 2. Yep, right? Jeremy's in the room and he's watching over me. So we went and watched that, and so I got to work on this then, because that's about the only time that the babies were locked into their stroller for the day. And I worked on a couple other things, but since those are things you haven't seen yet, I'm saving those for later. But I have one more thing to share with you. Just a second. Alright guys, and now for my second work in progress. So I'm gonna call this, I decided, when I decided to quit, I'd be done. I could probably do a tiny bit more on this, but the bobbin is fairly full. So this is my single ply of my sweater project that I've been working on since about the beginning of the year, and I still need to detach it. But I did get a lot more onto this evening, and so that is my other work in progress. This is a merino alpaca blend, and I did get this fiber from Paradise Fibers. And yeah, so that is going to be it for today. I don't know what you're going to get next week. Next Wednesday is in the days of my interesting week, as my husband will be off in San Diego, and that being the tail end of the time he's going to be gone, I'm not quite sure what's going to be going on. And my friend has decided that Wednesdays, at least in the month of June, she's planning park day for us. And so that's why I got so little. I got some other car more friendly projects done, but I got less of the cardigan done because I was not in the house for most of the afternoon or during the baby's nap time. Actually, I got more stuff done tonight because they were not napping. They, were playing in a splash pad. And so when we got back from the movie, they pretty much just zonked out, and I got them up to change them, but other than that, they pretty much went to bed early tonight. So, don't know what next week will have in store for us. Oh, that brings something to mind. I was thinking, since I will be in this time of, I guess, parental mind numbness, without having, somebody to talk to most nights, I was wondering if anyone would be interested in me opening up my Zoom room. It would be late night chat, so probably more ideal for our California friends, which ironically is where my husband will be. But he has stuff, I think, going on some nights until at least 11 p.m. that time, which is 1 a.m. here. So I think after 9:30 Central Time, I will have the kids in bed and might need some, maybe more adult chatter. So I might go sit in my Zoom room and see if anyone shows up and try to catch up on YouTube videos. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let me know if you'd be interested in joining me for some late night Zoom chats. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up here for today, and we'll talk to you guys all later.